Good morning. For those of you who are still watching this shit, it's Saturday. Johnny Sunshine. Slept in today. Had a little issue this morning, probably around 4 o'clock with Gussy. Gussy can be an immovable object. And when he hunkers down and you try to move him, he's going to piss. That's just what he does. He's always done it. So I get up at about 4 in the morning to go take a leak. And it was a long one. Long enough that Gussy decided he's going to jump in my bed, snuggle up into that little warm spot where I was sleeping. So I get done going to the bathroom, I turn around, I look, and this motherfucker's in my bed, man. And I say, come on, Gussy, move. Come on, get out of there. He don't move. He's a stubborn fucking mule. So now I'm like, it don't take much to set me off. I am a little psychotic. So I'm like, all right, I know what's going. I've seen this. I've been to this show before with him. Not in my bed. This was the first. But he don't fucking move. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to go sleep in another bedroom, you know? And then I was like, fuck that, man. This guy, he needs to move. So I fucking walk around to the other side of the bed and I push that motherfucker out of my bed as quick as I can. And sure enough, that cocksucker pissed on my bed. All over the floor. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? At 4 o'clock in the fucking morning? So I had to strip the shit off my bed before that. Well, I have mattress covers, you know, but sometimes I pee the bed myself, you know. I just use mattress covers. I don't piss the bed or shit the bed. If I shit the bed, it's over. Johnny's getting taken out in a fucking body bag. So that's it. Now Gussy's walking around with a fucking head case all day. He gets up, he walks out, and he's like out to the backyard to take him, you know, a shit. And then he comes back, and I put my hand out like, come on, Gussy. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? And he just puts his head down, and he walks by. He's such a mental midget on certain things. And he is stubborn as a fucking mule. So it's an issue, man. Sometimes dogs and pets can be a problem. But, you know, laying in my fucking bed, you ain't gonna win that fucking war, Buddy. Or Gussy. Buddy was my last German Shepherd male. He was fucking cool, man. And Gussy is too. I love him, man. He's a great dog, but he is very stubborn, man. So it's Saturday, guys. I went and showed you one of my other spots yesterday. I'm gonna do it once a week, not every day. I do eat every day, you know, like most of you. But I'm gonna do that once a week and do a little better job. Yesterday I was fucking just woke up. I was like, I need food in me. Oh yeah. And that shit, let me tell you, man. It just seems like everything I eat, you saw that Italian sub. You eat it and you go to sleep. All Day's Barbecue. You eat it, you go into a coma. Yeah. So, damn, it's good. That's what I should call that segment. Damn, it's good. But I was watching that video as I was posting it. That's how I do it. I post it to YouTube, and then I have to watch it to make sure I didn't do anything really inappropriate. I mean, just me, myself, I'm inappropriate. But I was fucking dying watching myself eat them fucking ribs, man. I had barbecue sauce dripping off my chin, fucking all over my fingers. This was in the parking lot. I'm a fucking animal when I'm hungry, man. Yeah, I go back to some primal shit, like, get the fuck away from me. Growling at all the other fucking cavemen. I'll fucking kill you. I'll throw you in a fire. Stay away from my fucking ribs. Go fix that hairdo, motherfucker. Looks like you haven't combed your hair in a couple centuries. Work on that forehead. That forehead's all fucked up. So it's Saturday. Johnny's definitely getting older. The things that I would just, I look around and there's stuff to do and I just don't feel like doing it anymore, man. I guess that's part of being old, I mean, eventually you just sit in a chair and read a book and don't do much. So much to do and so little desire to do it. just keeping it real, man. I must have cleaned this yard in 23 fucking years. I must have cleaned it fucking 200, 300, 400 fucking times. I'm just over it, man. Just over it. That woman yesterday at All Day, she said her and her husband had 7 kids. And they are, I gotta tell you, their family, they're just the nicest people. You can see it in her face, man. And her body movements. Just very, very down-to-earth, good person. And her kids are the same way. But seeing her out there working, I've never seen her out there working, and I'm sure she has. She probably does catering events and shit like that, because they do put on, that guy could put on a big spread. He could probably feed 5,000 people in a day. I mean, he knows his shit. Don't get me wrong. I wish he was there. He's cool, man. Always got a big old cowboy hat on. He's a tough fucking hombre. That boy is tough, man. He's been working hard his whole life. But seeing her out there working used to be the kids, And unfortunately, when you have kids and they're just not into what you're into. They don't want to do the family business, so they move on. And I thought yesterday when I saw her working out there, I was like, the kids have probably said, hey, I don't want to sell fucking barbecued pork all fucking every day of my life, and they move on. But yeah, just a very sweet family, a total gift to Sarasota County. Yeah, they're the real deal, man. Nice people. And we need more people like that in the world. But anyways, so Johnny moved his Tale of Two Wolves sign over because the sun's gonna come out every day. Yes, it will. I got 2 dogs. Bella is obviously a fucking neurotic. She's got serious mental issues. She just runs around in circles, fucking making noises. Gussy is a fucking veg head. And I have to think. Yeah. I just have to think that I may have something to do with that. They don't fall far from the tree, is the old saying. And I got 2 crazy dogs. It just seems logical. So let's talk about Donald Trump, who's really looking like shit lately. The boy is just fucked up, and he will never admit. You could have pictures of him, and we have all of that. We have evidence, and you know, he'll say that wasn't me. Oh, Donald, really? I mean, it's an orange guy with yellow hair, with the worst. It looks like some sort of a wackadoodle-doo fucking bird's nest on top of his head. But he comes out of that courtroom every day and he puts this act on and he tries to say that the problems that he's having are because it's an attack on the American people. Donnie, you're a fucking... You have an MBA, a master's in bullshit artistry, but it only works on fucking idiots. And yesterday, I don't know what the story is behind the guy who doused himself with gas and burned himself up in front of that courthouse, and he died. I just read that the guy died. But, you know, wherever this guy goes, wherever Donald Trump goes, it's a freak show. He's a fucking disaster. You know? Oh, Donnie's coming to town. Let's go burn ourselves to death, you know? Set ourselves on fire. I have no idea the story or why, but all I know is that guy was in the shadow of Donald Trump, and he decided to kill himself. Just terrible, man. The guy is a fucking walking disaster. And you want to give this guy the keys to the fucking kingdom? Are you kidding me? The fucking nuclear codes. You don't think they're for sale? Fucking Christ. It's just terrible, guys. And what's happening in the world with these wars, you know, now Iran's getting into this shit. And it's just bad, man. It's just fucking bad. Gas prices are going up again. But gas prices probably went up, made a little jump because of Iran, you know, bombing the shit out of Israel, which I just gotta say, guys, I don't know why, you know, we back these people, you know, Israel. I don't get it. I don't get that. You know, he starts a war and then we fund it. The fuck out of here. We need to fix our own bridges in this country. Spending all this fucking money, our money, taxpayers' money. They take it and they give it away to other countries when they're doing, you know, when they're starting wars. I don't get it. I'm not smart enough to know the answers. A lot of the shit I say, you can't connect the dots like so many other Americans. We just really don't know the truth. And even if you think you can connect the dots, you don't know the whole story. Just know that we don't know everything. And whatever you're basing your opinions on, it's only half the story. So we're all fucking lost. We're all fucking lemmings heading for the cliff. But it's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. I don't know what's up with this mockingbird around my house, but about fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, it's dark as hell, and this motherfucker's outside my window whistling Dixie. I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up, bird. The fuck, man? It ain't time to get up. He's like, yeah, but I got a boner and I need to get laid, motherfucker. Johnny has got to clean his truck today. Like I said, the desire to do the shit that I need to do is just not there. Getting older, I guess. And these dogs. My house is a total fucking mess. I think I need to smoke test my house, the air conditioning, or do some sort of an air quality test, because the dust in my house is just unfucking believable, man. It's always been that way. I actually, about 5 or 6 years after I moved in here, I had the whole air conditioning system replaced. New air handler, new duct work, all the way through the whole fucking attic. Took out all that old... It just felt like every time the air turned on, I was taking a shower and fucking dust mites. But this is a dirty circle, man. There's a lot of trees, and they just... You don't even realize that they're shedding this microscopic shit, and it's just in the air, man. The other night, I went out. When I take the dogs out at night before I go to bed, I have a flashlight with me, and it's very bright. But I held it up, and I could see all this particulate matter just floating down. And I thought, wow, man, these trees are tough. That's why up north you go to the park when you want to be around trees and grass. You don't fucking live under them like Swiss Family Robinson. I love that show. I gotta tell you a story about that. So, there was a park in Rhode Island called Roger Williams Park. It was our rendition of Central Park in New York. We were a small state, you know, trying to keep up with the big guys. But anyways, Roger Williams Park was a beautiful, beautiful park. Had baseball fields and temple to music, which my sister got married there. Beautiful. Check it out online if you guys are interested. It's just a beautiful place. It had a Chinese garden or Japanese, I don't know, you know, little yellow people garden with koi fish till somebody decided they wanted to steal them. But anyways, over at the baseball fields, there were a lot of rabbits, man. They liked the grass, and we used to catch the baby rabbits. And the way we do it is we run up with our coats open and fucking dive on the fucking little bunnies, you know, and we take them home. So I had 2 little bunnies, and they were my pets. And my mom took us to the movies one night, or the drive-in. May have been the drive-in, because we used to go to the drive-in all the time. But we also had cats at my house. So when I got home from watching Swiss Family Robinson, which I couldn't wait, I was watching that movie, and Johnny's little brain was just kicking. Like, I'm gonna build a tree house tomorrow when I fucking wake up. And I did. I got right to work on it. Even though there was some hardship, a few tears in the meantime, you know, working up to that. So anyways, I come home and I'm like looking for my bunnies, and I'm like, where are my bunnies? What? Oh, what's this in the corner? Oh, it looks like my bunnies have been turned into bunny puke. Oh, my cats ate my fucking bunnies. Trauma. Early trauma in Johnny's life. So, you know, cleaned up the dead bunny's puke, and moved on with life, you know. But I built a badass fort. Luckily, the house next door to us was abandoned, so it was like a fucking lumber yard for Johnny as a little kid, 8 years old. I'd go in there and I'd steal all the doors out of the fucking house, use them for walls. Bella! Get the fuck over here. God damn it, you're crazy. The fuck, man? Johnny can only take so much, guys. This dog is a fucking wackadoo, man. So anyways, I take all the doors, the wainscoting, because I wanted a nice finish in there. Yeah, look at her. She just can't help herself, man. Come on, get in the house. She won't come either. Gussy, he's fucking running somewhere. Yeah, so Swiss Family Robinson was a great movie. I could watch it again and just love it, man. I think. You know, I think of some of the movies we went to see at the drive-in. The drive-in was fun, man. Wow, see this guy? This plane flying over? That's my neighbor. He does this every Saturday, man. He comes by. He goes up, he calls me up one day. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm not doing anything. He's like, you want to go fucking flying? I was like, fuck no. Yeah, he's keeping his feet fucking firmly on the terra firma. Yeah. I only fly when I have to, guys. Because I know you're a small malfunction away from fucking dying. Yeah. I would like to take a ride, though, down on Tarpon season. During Tarpon season, take a flight along the beach, because you can see the schools of Tarpon from the air. And because it's all sand bottom, white sand. Come here, Bella. Get in here. Get in there. I would like, that would be amazing, because some of these schools are 200 fish deep. People don't even realize they're out there, man. They're swimming around. I mean, you're literally 100 feet off the beach, and these schools are Tarpon, which some of them get over 200 pounds, man. Like a huge sardine. But they're fun as hell to catch. It's a protected species. So you're not even supposed to pull them out of the water and take a picture of them, you know, but everybody does. Definitely can't eat them, but I remember pictures. There are pictures everywhere of people that used to eat them. I mean, they'd have them hanging up at their fish camp, and I just don't know if that was good fish or not, but it was a lot of it. So tarpon season's coming up, May 1st. They'll be out there. I'll bring you guys down to the beach and show you. Hopefully I can get some footage of these guys breaking the water. They come up and they gulp air, man, and you'll see that they call them the Silver King because they are silver and the sun shines off of them. And they have a long, on their dorsal fin, it's a long, like almost a thread coming off of it. And you can see them because they all roll at the same time. And it's pretty good sight to see. And it's even more fun to catch one. You just throw out a live crab and you watch the arc of your line. You want a little bow in it. And you start reeling very slowly, keeping that bow in the line. And if that line starts to go out, you got one. And you don't want to try to like hook it because you're using a circle hook. You have to use a circle hook. And you just let them hook themselves. But as soon as you get that fish, they come right up out of the water and they're dancing on their tail. And they're jumping all over the place. Sometimes you can get 10 jumps out of one fish. And it could take you 2 hours to get that thing to the boat. And I was hooked the first time that I ever went tarpon fishing. I took my guys who were working for me. I took them on a tarpon trip. We went on Roy String's boat. He's out of CB's Bait and Tackle down here on Stickney Point. Great guy, great fisherman. These guys are special. Fishing is not easy. You gotta really be good at what you do to catch fish every single day. and these guys do it. But anyways, we get on this guy's boat at like 5 in the morning. I mean, it's pitch fucking black out, and we're pulling out a big pass, and he's just moving along, you know. And then he turns the engines down, and he says, "There's a school of them over there." And he grabs a pole, and puts a crab on it, and he tells me, he points to a spot. He said, "Cast right to that spot." And it's pitch black out, man. I can't see a damn thing. So I throw that crab to that spot as far as I could throw it, and did what he said. Started reeling slowly, watching the slope in the line, and sure enough, that fucking line started to move out. And he said, "Just start reeling slow." I started to reel, and sure enough, I caught one of them motherfuckers on my first tarpon trip, my first cast in the dark. Got that thing to the side of the boat, took some pictures, and I was hooked. I was totally addicted to tarpon fishing. It's akin to hunting because you're sight fishing. You know, you're not just sitting there with your line beneath the boat. You're actually sight fishing. You're tracking these guys, and if the school comes by you and you don't get one, then you got to leapfrog that school. You got to wait till they pass you. You start your boat up and you go a mile down or a half a mile down, and you set up again and you wait for them to come, because they'll travel 5 miles in a day to feed, you know, and then they turn around in the afternoon and they come back. So it's akin to hunting, sight fishing, but man, when you land one, it's incredible. Let me go get a picture of one. Check this guy out, man. That Johnny Sunshine, tarpon fishing. I didn't buy the captain of that boat was selling it, and I didn't buy his boat. I went and bought this one that I'm standing on. It was a brand spanking new 2004 200 Bay Scout. And I had it tricked out. I put a jack plate on it. I put a fucking remote control trolling package on it. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous boat. And it just ran flat. I would go out 16 miles on that boat in the Gulf of Mexico. You could fish in the bay. I was hooked, man. I was addicted to fishing. I bought 3 brand new boats, man. I bought a Grady White, brand new at the boat. Actually, there's a big boat sale down here at Marina Jacks this weekend, but you can pick up some good deals because and the boats that they put at these boat shows, they're pretty tricked out, man. They've got everything. So this Grady White that I had my eye on, it was about a $68,000 boat, and I made a crazy offer to the guy, $50,000 cash, and he started to like sweat and get a little crazy looking, and that was on a Saturday, and Sunday was the final day. I go back there, the boat's still not sold. I said, "Hey man, the offer still stands. I've got a check right here for $50,000. Make it happen." And sure enough, he sold me that boat for $50,000. Grady White, Seafarer 228. The cockpit in it had way more space than the 23 foot. It only had a single engine, 200 HPDI, high pressure direct injection, Yamaha on a bracket. Just a gorgeous boat, full curtains, hard top, aluminum, and I just tricked it out, man. I had all kinds of nice shit. I bought, I think, about $10,000 worth of electronics for that. Radar, fish find, all Furuno shit. It was a nice boat. Then I bought the Bay Scout a couple years later, and then I went on another fishing trip on that guy Roy String. I went with him in the back country down in Charlotte County, catching redfish and snook, and I was hooked. The problem was my boats, the two boats that I had, couldn't get me in the back country. You're talking about very, very skinny water. So I went and bought another brand new fucking boat, man. Yeah. Every one of them I paid cash for, guys. Johnny was living large, man. I bought a 16-foot red fisher, Hughes red fisher. Just a great little boat. It had a 90 horsepower 4-stroke engine in it, and it could get in some real skinny water. It had a poling platform, and that's what I used. I could fish 45, 50 miles offshore in that Seafarer, and some guys would say, why would you go out that far with just a single engine on that Grady White? Well, you get out there are boats everywhere down here, man. It's not like you're in no man's land. There are boats everywhere, and you could call somebody up on the radio if you had a problem, which I did one day. I had to call boat, I don't know what the hell you call them places. The guys who come out to help you. It was fun, man. I loved boating, but I got rid of all my boats when I got sick because, and I got more than half of my money back, man. They weren't such a bad investment, and I never had any bad luck with them. No blown engines, no, no huge costs, just normal maintenance. And I just loved it. Someday I'll show you some more pictures of me out there on the boat, me and my buddies. If you worked for me, you were going fishing. They'd come in, they'd show up for work. I bought all these guys fishing poles, man. Everybody had a deep sea rod. Maybe they bought them, I don't know. But tarpon fishing was on the fucking menu. Come in to go to work, and I'd say, guys, they'd be like, what the fuck? The boat's in the yard. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're going fishing, guys. Get the fuck on the boat. Let's go. And, yeah, man. I love it, but I can't be out in the sun, man. I guess I could really gear up, but financially, I'm not in a position anymore to fucking own boats, man. I got a lot of money tied up in this fucking house, guys, and it's been tough since I got sick. So I'm not concerned, I'm not worried, but I gotta live. I don't have that kind of money when I'm cutting checks for fucking cars and boats, you know what I mean? But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little Saturday morning sit down and roundtable discussion. It's really a great thing for me because I'm the only one who talks. Yeah. No, you shut up, Tony Plumbob. And fuck you, Mark HVAC. Just sit there and shut the fuck up. Hopefully Mark HVAC watched the video yesterday about In the Arena. Hopefully he read that, and hopefully he'll change his ways, man. Hopefully he'll change his ways. From watching this fucking Uncle Fester looking like fucking goofy, vulgar plumber in Sarasota, Florida. Yeah. So I figured out something yesterday. How to change the thumbnails or the picture that you see on my sites. Oh, I got that son of a bitch. First one, man. I got a mosquito. Fuck you! Urgh! Johnny has issues. My eyebrows are getting really fucking long. Look at these motherfuckers, man. This one's just hanging in my eye all day. But I'm not cutting them till Donnie goes to jail. Yeah, so maybe I can take a picture of this, and this will be my thumbnail for today. We'll see if I'm able to figure that out. But have a great day, guys. These are my morning therapy sessions, and they really do help me, man. I enjoy talking to myself. I'm not sure if it's good for you. Anyways, have a great day, man. Have a great day, guys. I'm looking at this. God, I love that boat, man. That 20-foot Bay Scout. They don't make that model anymore, but I'll tell you what, guys. Out of all the boats I had, I did love the Grady, but it got to the point where going way offshore was just, it's a lot of work. This thing, man, I could grab it and be in the water in 10 fucking minutes, and easy to put in, easy to launch, easy to take out, easy to clean up. 20-foot Bay Scout was my favorite boat, man, because of the inshore. You know, you could fish in the bay, you could fish in the inshore Gulf of Mexico, and look them up, man. 20-foot Bay Scout, 200 Bay Scout, 2004. A gorgeous, gorgeous fucking boat, and I only paid $25,000 out the door. Obviously, I had to buy a trailer and electronics, all that. The good thing was this boat, all my boats were wired so that I could use the same Furuno electronics package on every boat. So maybe someday I'll get back out there, man. Have a great day, guys.